State and federal officials just announced the biggest immigration roundup by a state in American history.
A breaking news out of Florida, where over 1,000 people, they said, was captured by ICE immigration officers. Here we go with the news from the reporters out of Florida.
Were arrested across Florida. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Luann Sorrell.
And I'm John Brown. Not everyone, though, is thrilled with that announcement from the governor.
Not everyone, the reporter said. Not everyone was in support of this. And as you can see, the President Donald J. Trump on your screen, and of course, you don't have to ask, this man is showing his buttons that he's saying, maybe I am happy, maybe I am with what is happening, or I'm just showing you that what I can do where immigration is concerned. As you can see with his buttons in the air, let me hear what the reporter have to say. Coming to you from your truly Spring Garden one. Once more, here we go into the reporter reporting out of Florida, United States of America, about an immigration situation. Here we go.
Governor today, and we have live team coverage across Central Florida, from breaking down the state's big roundup to people protesting the crackdown coast to coast.
So here you have the reporters sharing with us what they have gathered pertaining to this crackdown in Florida, as the other reporter mentioned on screen. And these reporters are going to explain to us what went on in Florida. So here we go once more from the reporter, their word pertaining to what they have to say based upon the immigration crackdown in Florida today, May 1st, 2025. Here we go once more.
We start with Fox 35's Marlisa Goldsmith. So Marlisa, the governor touting his immigration efforts today.
Yeah, John, the governor says this could not.
Well, here you have the reporter telling us what the governor have to say pertaining to this immigration raid in Florida, and the reporters are breaking it down for us, and you're gonna see the ICE agent personnel as well working, taking away people or immigrants as they are called. And here we go with the reporter giving us brief details of what the governor say or think. Here we go once more.
Not have happened had local law enforcement not been willing to partner with ICE to locate those people who had already been declared illegal and ordered to be deported.
As you hear it, local law enforcers, officers were able to work with ICE agents in order to make this raid possible. So they were also a part of it. So as you will hear from the reporter, as she give us the information, listen carefully to the words that they use when describing all of this raid that had taken place. Here we go once more from the reporter words. Yes, Julie, Spring Garden One, coming to you with another breaking news out of Florida once more.
Reported. The governor calls it Operation Tidal Wave and says it is an example that should be followed by other states.
As you can see on your screen, ICE agents at their work, doing what they do best. And of course, as you can see, Donald J. Trump on your screen with his both hands in the air. And as I said before, he have to be saying something on social media shortly.
Federal law called 287G. 250 members of local law enforcement worked with ICE to identify suspects and arrest them. The governor, though, is
250 ICE agents work together to make this possible. And that are what the reporters are saying or have to say pertaining to this raid that have just taken place in Florida today. Breaking news: over 1,000 persons were caught by ICE agent, and of course local law enforcers were supporting ICE in order to make this raid possible. That's what the news reporter is sharing with us. Here we go once more.
Furious over an order from a federal judge in Miami who says that local law enforcement is not allowed to arrest suspects.
Once again, I'm bringing to you another breaking news out of Florida, where they said over 1,000 persons were captured, and they are illegal. The ICE words and what the reporter is sharing with us on your screen. Coming to you again from your truly Spring Garden One. Here we go with some of the clippings of what took place once more Thank you for joining. Yours truly, Spring Garden 1.
Illegals who enter Florida despite a new law that declares that a misdemeanor. Instead, she says those arrests have to be made.
Here we go, sharing with you another situation out of Florida where this ICE agency team has captured over 1,000 persons. And of course, I say it is the biggest one in the United States history or in any other states. This one is breaking news out of Florida, coming to you from yours truly, Spring Garden 1. Let's hear what the reporter have to say pertaining to this raid once more. Here we go, from yours truly, Spring Garden 1. Thank you.
By federal agents. She has threatened to hold the Attorney General in contempt of court after he said he couldn't stop law enforcement from.
They will be holding the Attorney General for contempt of court. And that is what is coming out of Florida. Thank you for joining. It is yours truly, Spring Garden 1. And tune in, keep listening as I share more information pertaining to the 1,000 raid that they have done in Florida with immigrants in Florida, as I said before, United States of America. Here we go once more. Here, the news reporter breaking it down for us and sharing DeSantis' views as well.
From making those arrests.
You can't have effective immigration enforcement if you have.
Here we go, sharing with you Mr. DeSantis' views on immigration and how he think or want to say this thing must go. Here, some more of what he have to say, coming to you from his truly, Spring Garden 1.
Have elaborate procedures that you have to go through. It is not punishment to be removed from this country.
Mr. DeSantis said it's not punishment to be removed from the United States of America. And of course, I'm giving to you live. Yes, truly, Spring Garden 1, giving you Mr. DeSantis' word out of Florida once more.
If you're going to be punished, then you get the full panoply of due process. But these are not punishments that are being rendered.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And it is yours truly, Spring Garden 1, bringing to you a situation that had just happened in Florida. Over 1,000 immigrants has been captured by ICE agency with local police as well. That made this operation possible. Here we go with more information from DeSantis himself once more. Yours truly, Spring Garden 1.
It is just the consequence of being here illegally. Now, in terms of this judge, we are not at all surprised.
Yes. Once again, the governor says not surprised based upon what the judge decision or what the judge have said pertaining to these persons that have been captured by ICE agents. So here you goes, Mr. DeSantis, sharing with us what he have to say pertaining to all of this from yours truly, Spring Garden 1. And this is coming out of Florida. As I said before, over 1,000 persons was captured by ICE agents. Here we go once more again.
Governor also says he has asked the Department of Homeland Security to expand detention space in Florida because there's not currently enough room to house.
And as I hear the news reporter said, there's not enough space to house all of these persons that have been captured. And I did a video before that they were talking about Guantanamo Bay and the situation there. So this is just a follow-up now to confirm that video that I posted about a month ago pertaining to the space at Guantanamo Bay. Thank you again for joining, and this is your truly, Spring Garden 1. Let's go back to the reporter once more. Thank you.
Documented immigrants if the scale of removals will reach President Trump's goals. Right now, the state only has 3 large-scale facilities.
Here I am sharing with you, and we're coming to the end of this news brief, or this breaking news. Thank you again for joining, and it's your truly, Spring Garden 1. Here we go.
The governor says those centers could be set up quickly if given the go-ahead. There could be up to 80,000 people in the state with final removal orders. Live in the Alert Center.
Here you have it. It's truly bringing to you. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And this is the end of it. Thank you for joining. For all my subscribers and friends where you are, thank you once more.